Enjoy this illustrated explainer video about guide dogs for the blind.
Not all heroes wear capes. Some are furry and walk on 4 legs.
A yellow lab guide dog in harness.
At Guide Dogs for the Blind, we believe everyone deserves to live the life they want to live and to move through the world safely and confidently. Which is why we match people who are blind or visually impaired living in the US or Canada with exceptional guide dogs at no cost to them.
A person with a guide dog.
We even help with veterinary bills and ongoing essential support. We create these life-changing partnerships entirely through private donations and with the help of thousands of volunteers. And of course, with our incredible dogs.
A group of people with dogs.
Our dogs are guide dogs at the DNA level. We breed them specifically to do this work.
2 dogs and a DNA helix.
At 3 days old, our dogs start spending time with volunteers called puppy socializers.
A person with a newborn puppy.
Being a puppy socializer isn't just a dream job. It's how we help our puppies get comfortable being around humans.
A volunteer interacts with puppies.
At 8 to 10 weeks, puppies go live with volunteer puppy raisers.
A puppy raiser receives a puppy.
These volunteers dedicate a year of their lives to get these dogs ready for more advanced training.
The dog matures.
When the dogs come back to the school, our world-class staff teach them the complex skills required to become successful guide dogs.
2 GDB instructors train dogs.
After about 12 weeks of training, a dog is matched with their person.
A person hugs a guide dog.
This matching process is part art and part science, and always quite remarkable. Our clients and dogs undergo 2 weeks of personalized training together and begin to form a magical and lasting bond.
A person and guide dog in caps and gowns.
After graduating, clients return home with their guide dogs, empowered to enjoy their lives with greater mobility, independence, and inclusion.
3 scenes of people with their guide dogs at home, work, and play.
None of this would be possible without the generosity of our extended community of volunteers and donors.
A group of people and dogs.
To learn more about supporting our life-changing mission, visit us online.
GDB logo and URLs. GuideDogs.com and gdbinternational.ca.
Enjoy a peek into Guide Dogs for the Blind's Puppy Center, where 2 yellow lab puppies romp in an indoor play area full of colorful structures and a variety of toys.
Meet Kylie. She happens to be blind. That may seem obvious, but you'd be surprised how awkward people can be around her.
Kylie waits at a bus stop with her guide dog. A woman looks at her quizzically. Question marks appear over the woman's head.
So here are some tips to keep us all moving through the world safely and confidently. Always speak directly to a person with a visual impairment, not their guide dog. Remember, that dog has a job to do.
Good morning.
Hello.
Would you like directions to an open seat?
Sure.
There's 2 rows back on your left.
Thanks.
Kylie gets on the bus with her guide dog and sits across from a woman and child.
Oh, Mom, don't pet that dog. It's working.
Now at the office.
At our office, Kylie's colleagues make sure to introduce themselves when they enter the room and to let her know when they leave.
Sarah stands in the doorway of Kylie's office.
Hi, Kylie. It's Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
Did you see the latest episode of Bachelorette on Mars?
I can't believe Abe got put in the spaceship. I thought for sure it would be Lenny.
Thought bubble with a bachelor on a spaceship.
Same.
Are we still on for a shopping trip over lunch?
Yep. I'll see you then. Bye.
Speak directly to people with visual impairments rather than speaking to their friend, their guide dog, or anyone else. And be specific when providing directions.
A boutique storefront. Sales associate with Sarah and Kylie.
Hello, how can I help you?
Actually, it's my friend Kylie who needs help.
And what is she looking for?
She is looking for jeans.
Oh, they're over there. I mean, just ahead of you a few steps. Boyfriend jeans are on the left, and mom jeans are on the right.
A restaurant.
Kylie's looking forward to a date with her boyfriend, James.
Kylie, James, and guide dog wait to be seated.
Sorry, no animals allowed in the restaurant.
Actually, guide dogs are allowed anywhere the general public is allowed.
Oh, right this way then.
Kylie and James sit at a table with the dog chilling on the floor like a good doggo.
Hey, Kylie, do you want me to read the menu to you?
Sure. Thank you.
James and Kylie with their food.
This smells amazing.
Should I describe where things are?
Yes, please.
There's spicy chicken curry and rice at the top of your plate and braised greens at the bottom. Your wine is above the plate to the right.
So good.
Kylie gives a romantic smile to James. Spinach in her teeth.
Honey, you have spinach in your teeth.
Thanks so much for letting me know.
Let's let Kylie and James enjoy their dinner. For more information and helpful tips, visit guidedogs.com.
Everybody can take their seat. We'll go ahead and get started today. Welcome to the Oregon campus of Guide Dogs for the Blind. Thank you so much for joining us today for this very special celebration. Whether you're here with us in person or joining us via live stream, again, thank you for choosing to spend some time with us here. We are live streaming today from Guide Dogs for the Blind. And whether you're enjoying your first celebration, maybe your second, or your 30th, again, we would like to welcome you here, and we're so glad that you have chosen to be with us. I'd like to take this opportunity to also welcome a large group we have here today from Snohomish, Washington. They are here, yes. We can give those group a round of applause. They are here today to learn about our puppy raising program. So this is a wonderful place to learn all about that program. So again, welcome and thank you for making the journey. We are here today to celebrate 3 new orientation and mobility immersion clients, as well as 3 new guide dog teams, and to applaud everybody that came together today to help make this happen. First, I'd like to thank our puppy raisers. There is no way that we could fulfill our mission without our puppy raisers. Really and truly thank you from the bottom of our hearts for all that you put into these dogs to get them to their special roles as guide dogs or canine buddies. Like I said, it is truly a gift to us and to our clients. If you are not aware, our puppy raisers get these puppies at about 8 to 12 weeks of age, and they are adorable little fluff balls, right? And they do all of the heavy lifting to get these dogs to be good dogs, right? Nice house dogs, great canine citizens out and about in the environment. And just when they've done that, we say, hey, could you bring that dog back to us so we could get them trained to be a guide dog? So you can imagine how tough that can be and hopefully rewarding, right? And you'll see some of that hard work that goes into this today and the reward at the end. So thank you, puppy raisers. I'd also like to thank our donors. Thank you for helping us to provide a lifetime of support for our clients at no cost to them. We do not receive any government funding, so we're very thankful for your support. I'd like to especially thank the Ellingson family for their sponsorship of a harness for Kathy McDonald and new guide dog Imani. The Ellingson family are the breeder custodians of a dog named Waffle, who happens to be the mother of Imani. And so they were very gracious to help support Imani in her journey to being a guide dog. So thank you, Ellingson family. I'd also like to give a special thank you to Lillian Tremaroli for her generous sponsorship of one harness for each class for the entire year of 2025. Thank you so much. Next, I'd like to thank our volunteers and employees. Thank you for all you do to support our mission, whether you help by working with the dogs, in administration, or helping to support our clients. We're so grateful for all you do on every day to help this mission continue forward. And next, I'd like to show a short video about our mission. And this video is audio described. So in addition to the narrator, there will be a second voice describing scenes in the video, and captions are also included. These inclusive features ensure that everyone can enjoy and access the video. Please enjoy.
At Guide Dogs for the Blind, we believe that everyone deserves to move through the world safely and confidently, to live the life they want to live.
A man and his guide dog walk through a park.
Our life-changing programs meet people who are blind or visually impaired wherever they are along their journey, whether that's by matching individuals with highly qualified guide dogs, providing guide dog readiness skills in our orientation and mobility immersion program.
A man holds a white cane and smiles broadly.
Or pairing youth and adults with the companionship of a canine buddy.
A young girl cuddles with her canine buddy.
Together, we are GDB.
My name is Renee Carrasco. My dog's name is Snoopy.
Renee sits in front of a fireplace.
So the reason that I wanted to get a guide dog was because I came across some videos from Guide Dogs for the Blind, and that was my introduction to guide dog travel.
Renee and Snoopy walk along a city sidewalk and cross a street at an intersection.
What I saw was the ease of travel, the speed that the guide dog handler would move with. That's what I wanted for myself. And not only that, but it was also the companionship.
Renee and Snoopy play with a tug toy outside in the yard.
Working with Snoopy has changed my life dramatically because there's so much freedom that comes along with having a guide dog. It's made the hard parts of blindness not so hard.
Renee sits next to Snoopy and gives him a pat on the chest.
I feel like my outlook on life and the world is so much more positive having Snoopy in my life.
My name is Amit Ahuja and my guide dog's name is Tashi.
I had the opportunity to complete Guide Dogs for the Blind's Orientation and Mobility Immersion Program.
Amit stands on a path with his white cane.
And not only did it help me learn to navigate my environment more safely using a white cane, it also made me an even more confident guide dog handler.
My experience was just fabulous.
Amit and his O&M instructor analyze an intersection and cross a city street.
We trained in different locations, practiced different skills, worked out a way to analyze a traffic crossing. I think GDB has transformed my life. To say that it's meeting my needs would be an understatement.
My name is Ella, and this is my canine buddy, Lafferty.
Ella sits on the floor of a living room next to a black lab.
Lafferty is just so amazing in many ways. He's such a good boy. He brings me so much joy and is one of my best friends.
With kids with visual impairments,
Ella's mom, Christy McKerney.
The struggle is real for social contact. It's hard to make friends sometimes. And with Lafferty, he's an automatic draw for all kids, which is wonderful. Lafferty has totally opened up, for Ella, new social connections.
Back to Ella.
I would recommend canine buddies. They're just really good dogs, and they can change a person's life and make it better.
All of Guide Dogs for the Blind services are provided free of charge, and our work is made possible by the generous support of our donors and volunteers.
Renee sits next to Snoopy on the grass in the park.
We receive no government funding.
This organization has made such a huge impact on my life and the lives of so many countless people, and the donors are the ones that make that possible.
Close-up of Snoopy.
Thank you so much.
Ella and Lafferty.
Thank you.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Amit and his guide dog Tashi sit on a beach and watch the sunset.
Together, we are unstoppable. To learn more about our life-changing programs and to support our work, please visit guidedogs.com or scan the QR code.
Yes, thank you for that round of applause for the video, and if anybody needs tissues, we have them all over the room. Next, I would like to introduce apprentice instructor Nixie Crucy. She will be introducing our orientation and mobility immersion clients this afternoon.
Good afternoon. GDB's Orientation and Mobility Immersion is a 1 to 2 week program aimed at enhancing independent travel skills for individuals, including those interested in qualifying for a guide dog and those who already have a GDB guide dog. It serves as a crucial training opportunity for people with limited access to traditional O&M services, preparing them to partner effectively with a guide dog. Our first graduate of the O&M Immersion Program is Shannon Brady Geisler of Lubbock, Texas. who received in-home training with instructor Charlotte Simpson. Shannon is a criminal defense attorney with a private practice in Lubbock, Texas. She attended Duke University Law School in Durham, North Carolina, and earned her undergraduate degree in business administration from Texas Tech University. Shannon was appointed to serve on the Disability Issues Committee of the State Bar of Texas in 2007. She created the Disability Mentorship Program and chairs the Mentorship Committee. She also is an active member of the Texas Criminal Defense Lawyers Association. In 1967, she was born in Topeka, Kansas, with a congenital heart defect. This required her to undergo 5 open heart surgeries over the course of her childhood, adolescence, and into early adulthood. Although she did not think of this issue as a disability, she learned to cope with the physical challenges while growing up. At age of 32, Shannon went into heart failure and underwent a heart transplant. As a complication from this surgery, she lost her sight. Since then, Shannon has worked with 2 guide dogs, Bergen and Willa, and she is hoping to get her 3rd after completing the GDB OMI program. Shannon would like to say thank you to GDB for her prior guide dogs and for helping her to learn how to be more independent. Up on our large screen on the stage is a picture of Shannon. She is smiling and sitting at a large wood desk. Behind her are shelves containing books and binders, and she is wearing a brown textured blazer over a light colored top. Congratulations, Shannon. Next up on stage, it is my pleasure to introduce our next OMI graduate, Stephanie Chanthafone from Tukwila, Washington. Stephanie is looking forward to returning home to her family, significant other, 3 dogs, and a cat. She recently became licensed in massage therapy and looks forward to beginning her career as a massage therapy clinic in Washington. From all the staff here at GDB, congratulations, Stephanie, on your accomplishments in the OMI program, and we look forward to your return to receive a guide dog. I would now like to welcome to the stage our next OMI graduate, Dana Ibrahim, originally from Egypt and currently residing in Spokane, Washington. Dana is a sophomore at Whitworth University, double majoring in music and computer science. When not studying or practicing O&M skills, Dana enjoys playing piano, staying active, reading, and spending time with family and friends.
Hello, everyone. I just wanted to express my gratitude and to talk a little bit about my experience here at GDB. GDB has not only helped me learn more O&M skills and improve my existing ones, I think it has enlightened me in understanding why I have specific difficulties as somebody who's blind and as somebody who has been born in a society where disability is viewed as a lacking trait that affects one's capability in daily life. I really appreciate this program. It has enlightened me a lot, and I'm very, very grateful to have received this opportunity. And thank you so much. I hope to see you guys again. I also want to thank my instructor. She's not here, but thank you so much for making my neurons fire up and increasing my O&M skills, and also for enlightening me. And thank you so much.
Congratulations, Dana. All right, I'd like to welcome to up on the stage my colleague, Colin Wright.
Hi folks, my name is Colin. I was the other instructor within our guide dogs class, and I would love nothing more than to introduce our guide dog graduates today. So first up, let's not waste any time. Let's welcome Michelle Carson of Waco, Texas, up to the stage. A little bit about Michelle as she works her way up here. Michelle received Pembroke, a male yellow Labrador raised by Robin Rozelle and Howard Hirschman of Renton, Washington. Dubbed Lady Michelle and Lord Pembroke by her classmates, this new duo looks forward to returning home and impressing Michelle's husband Ron with their guide work. Michelle and Ron have 2 children and a son-in-law, and they are looking forward to having Pembroke join them on their upcoming mission trip in July. Michelle also looks forward to tailgating in the fall, where she's sure Pembroke will be a smash hit.
Hi, everyone. What a privilege to come to Guide Dogs for the Blind, and what a privilege to, from the pickup at the airport to when you get in here. I knew this was going to happen, but you guys have all been so amazing. The cooks, the staff, the serving people at the tables, and the housekeeping, and just the RAs. They've just been amazing and made this journey away from home so easy, and thank you so much. And then I'd really like to thank my instructors. This is my second guide, and my first guide I feel like was the foundations of guide work, and this time I feel like I went to college. And Caroline was my headmaster, and Nixie was my professor, Nixie, and then Colin, the apprentice Colin. Just kidding, Colin. You were a professor as well. Just had to push that in, you know. But anyway, they all were amazing and gave us tricks and ways to maneuver the dogs in ways that I didn't know before. And I feel like I'm a much better handler, and can't wait for the journey with Pembroke. And then next to me, my amazing puppy raisers. They just so much love for this dog, and the love that they gave him is so apparent because the love that he shows me from the moment we met. He is amazing. He is so intuitive in his guide work, and it's just mind-blowing to have a new guide and it be different, but yet so good. And I am so utterly thankful for you both, Howard and Robin. Sorry. I am so thankful, and my life will be changed with this Mr. Pembroke. So thank you.
Well, yeah, what a match. Thank you, Michelle. And thank you to the breeding department who made him. Because he was pretty turnkey, you know, we got the fun stuff. But just a bit, we're from the Seattle Club. On behalf of the Seattle Club, we are donating a harness in the name of a past leader, Dallas DeLay. His wife is in the audience, and that's $500 towards the team. Some of the favorite things, well, trainers, I mean, we obviously saw that every time Nikki walked by, so it's beautiful to see the trainers. Our club is donating $100 towards a Chewy gift card. You'll get that in the mail. And some of his favorite things. Crispy celery, please. Frozen Kongs. And for the frozen Kongs in the freezer, we've got little feet. He needs 4 at a time. So we'll put this in the bag for you. We have his lifetime photo album. Yeah, and some of his favorite things, the Kongs, the celery, the Seattle Club, Chewy, Ruby, his grand partner, and the Seattle Club. He loves to go to meetings, and we're just honored that he's going to be your partner.
Honored.
Off to a tear-jerking start. I would like to follow that up with Miss Kathy McDonald of Seattle, Washington, who received Imani, a female yellow Labrador retriever raised by Jeanette Gonzalez of San Jose, California. Kathy looks forward to introducing Imani to her husband Arlen and her 3 adult children and 2 grandchildren who are supporting her in this new adventure. Kathy stepped away from her nursing career in 2021 and started her journey towards getting a guide dog by touring a Guide Dogs for the Blind facility with the Daring Sisters, which is a community for women who are blind or low vision. Kathy also enjoys volunteering at the King County Crisis Connection phone line to offer emotional support to her community and as a University of Washington alumni. Go Huskies.
Thank you, Colin. Like Colin said, my name is Kathy McDonald, and I am just so happy to be here. This is my first guide dog, so it's been quite an experience. I'd like to share a little bit about my experience and my training that I've had, and then also what I'm looking forward to in the future. First of all, I'd like to have some thanks and give some thanks to Guide Dog for the Blind School, for all the employees, the staff, and all of the volunteers. And the volunteers have been great. They pick you up from the airport, they bring you here, they take you on shopping excursions. It's really fun. I'd also like to thank my instructors, so I'll do that in just a minute. Again, a big thank you to Pamela Ellingson for sponsoring my team with Imani and myself, and donating a harness for a future guide dog. I'd also like to thank my puppy raisers, Jeanette and her family. Jeanette Gonzalez is from San Jose and her family, and they've just done a wonderful job in such a loving home, raising Imani and just giving her lots of adventures and helping with her behavior and just really loving her and training her. So thank you so much. Some of my experiences is learning the word obedience. I didn't know what that meant, and so that is where I'm in control of going places with Imani and making sure that she's on her best behavior, and that way it keeps her safe and just represents our team. And then I also learned what guide meant, where she is the driver, and so she will take me to many different locations, and she follows a straight line. And something I didn't know is that guide dogs look ahead down the road, 20 or 30 or 40 feet as they're guiding you. So they know exactly if they need to go a little bit left or a little bit right. And so they really help with your mobility. Other things I've learned is that there's lots of equipment. So just trying to learn how to put on a harness. I'm glad there wasn't any videos or anything the first time I had to put one on. It was a little bit tricky. And then, of course, I'd like to thank my instructors and my supervisor. Caroline, was just like a wolf pack mom. I mean, she was observing us, she was giving suggestions, and she really pulled everyone together. And then Colin wasn't my trainer, but he had a lot of Colinisms. He would he would have such things to say, such as, always carry 2 poop bags, and you never know when you need another one. Or everyone eventually gets to the down curb. So just with the training, he's able to, just by watching him train with the other classmates, he was able to show his proficiency and excellence at training. And then finally, Nixie, my trainer, she was just excellent in helping me bond with Imani and just making that trust and connection, showing me how to do that, and giving me tips and tricks when Imani needed some high food rewards so that she would be able to pay attention so we could get things accomplished. So that was just, the whole program has been very, very helpful, and I'm really, really grateful for that. A couple of stories I have is my first night route. And I have about 20% vision during the day, no peripheral vision, so I can't really see Nixie or Colin beside me, but I can see this wonderful audience out there. And at night, my vision really decreases down to about 5%. And so when I went on the night walk with Imani, it just really was so joyful and wonderful to be out on the streets of Gresham and walking and not fearing that I would fall or stumble over a curb or a sidewalk. So it was just really amazing. And I'm looking forward to many more night walks or evening walks with my husband. I think I forgot to thank my family, but I would certainly like to do that with my husband Arlen and our kids. They were just super supportive, and all my friends, the Daring sisters who helped me to be brave and gave me courage. Another experience I had was when I was at the mall in Portland. We were learning how to go up and down escalators and elevators, and I was ahead, and Nixie had my back. And when I turned a corner, I walked within 12 feet of a guard dog. It was a big German Shepherd guard dog and his handler. They stopped. I stopped. I said a little silent prayer, and then I went ahead and started feeding Imani to distract her, and she did beautifully to go past the big guard dog and to guide me around to the next area. Finally, one of the last experience I had was I went to Wildwood and went hiking with Imani yesterday and the team and my classmates. And we were able to walk through a forested path next to the Salmon River. And just to be able to hear the river, it was so wild. My daughter thinks that I have an adventure dog, so really, really happy about that. And she truly guided me because of the overhead canopy and the dark, rainy day mist. It was hard for me to see the path, and she just did a beautiful job. So I would like to, again, thank GDB, and I'm looking forward to more walks and more hikes, more volunteering, and to continue my journey. Thank you.
On July 15th, a tiny 9-pound puppy was placed in my arms. Before I ever saw her, I was warned she was a firecracker. When you receive a puppy from Guide Dogs for the Blind, you don't know their name beforehand. You only know the letter that their name starts with. I was then given the hint that her name was Swahili for confidence and belief. And from day one, this little girl has been filled with nothing but confidence and the belief she could do anything. Over time, Imani earned herself a few nicknames. Itty Bitty Imani because of her size, Imani Grace for when she needed a reminder to listen, Mani Mon or Mani during play or just for some encouragement, Chaos Coordinator because there was a little bit of chaos wherever she went, Wiggle Butt because of how she wiggles when she greets you, Ma'am for when she was sassing me a little too much, and then Stick of Butter when I did the math wrong and was feeding her a little too much kibble. Imani was tiny but mighty and just like her name, full of confidence. She was easy to train and willing to tackle any outing head on without hesitation. She was a pro with it all, whether it was everyday errands like the grocery store, Costco, Target, or something different, like walking through museums, patiently waiting as I read all the displays, observing parades, or navigating through crowds in Monterey. She had no problem sleeping through our rounds at Topgolf, bowling games, church, and under a table at a restaurant. When she was 9 months old, I took a work trip down to San Diego. Day one, we accidentally walked 10 miles, and she didn't have any issues with the long day. The second day, we explored the USS Midway, and she handled it like she had grown up on an aircraft carrier. On our last day, we wandered aimlessly through Balboa Park for a few hours, which she rocked through all the new sights and distractions. While Imani was very serious about her work, once her jacket came off, she was all about playing. She was probably happiest in water. It didn't matter if it was at the beach, the creek by my job, a puddle of water, or a small pond or a swimming pool. Her favorite thing to do was launch herself into the water, swim back to land just to do it all over again. At home, she could be found either rolling around on her back over a toy or sleeping near my feet, recharging her batteries or doing somersaults. Imani was lucky enough to grow up with some of her family. Her half-sister Guava was in our club, and as soon as Imani met her, she started bossing her around like any other little sister would. Her mama Waffle was in a club near us, and whenever there was an event, we both were at. As soon as Waffle saw Imani, she had that look on her face that said, uh-oh, here comes trouble. She also had the opportunity to meet her half-sister Gemstone, who is a working guide. Gemstone showed Imani what her future would hold if she chose the guide dog life, and I guess Imani liked what she saw because here we are. I could go on and on about this girl, but I want to end this with saying thank you. Thank you to God who gave me the desire and strength to have my heart ripped out of my chest every year and a half or so as I raise these dogs. To my family who support me, falling in love with each puppy I bring home, knowing they will have to say goodbye all too soon. To everyone at my job who didn't mind all the dog hair, occasional zoomies through the office, and grace my office with their presence multiple times a day, not for me, but to love on Imani. And last, to everyone in the guide dog community for the blind. Guide Dog for the Blind community. To my leaders, Kathy Hall and Karen Brown, thank you for answering my endless text and cheering me on every step of the way. To my PFM, Michaela, for your help in setting Imani up for success. To Nixie, who is Imani's trainer here at campus. To all the puppy raisers near and far, thank you for all the encouragement, advice, sympathy through sleepless nights and potty training, and for celebrating the wins during this journey. To Kathy, you are leaving here with a special pup who is ready for all the adventures, and now I know she was meant for you all along. To have Imani in your life is to have a life filled with love, laughter, and a constant companion. I am so excited for you and wish you both nothing but the best. As raisers, we are often asked, how can you give them up? I don't see it as giving them up, I see it as giving forward. Imani was never mine to keep. She has a bigger purpose, and I'm blessed to have been a part of her journey.
Thank you both, and thank you, Imani, for some ad-libbed additional comments along the way. I would like to lastly introduce Ms. Sheila Styron of Kansas City, Missouri, who received Keetra, a female black Labrador retriever, raised by Linda Valdez of Rockaway Beach, Oregon, Pat Buckmaster of Tigard, Oregon, Kelly Scullen and Dimming Scullen Javier of Portland, Oregon, and Heather and Bill Cohen of Portland, Oregon. Go Team Keetra. Welcome to the stage. Just a second. Sheila is graduating today with her seventh guide dog from Guide Dogs for the Blind. She is a disabilities consultant, trainer, and advocate, and the first individual who is blind to have become certified as an ADA coordinator. Sheila is a strong advocate for eliminating barriers for people with disabilities, and she's got the resume to prove it. In whatever downtime she has left, she's a former professional musician and enjoys working out and cross-country skiing, as well as adventures like swimming with dolphins and skydiving.
So there. Thank you, Colin. It's it's just something. You would think I would be used to this. You know, I've done it 7 times. I've had 7 wonderfully trained, long working guide dogs from GDB. And I often tell people that the worst thing about being blind is not being able to drive, but the best thing is being able to have a guide dog. I am so grateful to everyone involved with this process from top down. Keitra, I think you're supposed to sit. Keitra is a little live wire, and I might be managing her a little bit while we're up here. Good girl. I just can't say enough good things about how the whole organization works and functions. And I would like to give a shout out to the puppy raisers, my particular current puppy raisers, Bill and Heather, who co-raised with Kelly and Deming, and then, of course, Linda and Pat, who started this little girl. And boy, she must have been cute and little, don't you think? Every time I come back to GDB, the training it has evolved. They figure out more and more things that are, Keitra, get your little self up there. They seem to, you know, always be progressing, always learning. I hope that I go home with, I know that I will go home with tapes, mostly from Colin. Colin has really worked very hard to make sure that Keitra and I have a good start here. I'm going to remember to feed her on the left side. I'm going to remember to get her into a good position before we start off down the road. Keitra is a very smart, very good guide dog, but as you can probably tell sitting out there, she has a lot of energy. And in the long run, that's going to make for an incredible dog with a lot of drive and initiative. And we're going to work really hard here at the beginning, going home, to make sure that I keep all of the really fabulous training that Colin has instilled, drilled, and yelled at me about. No, I'm just kidding. And I really didn't get to work with Nixie much, but she just seems, you know, really like a great, very caring, wonderful trainer as well. But I want to say a special word about Caroline, our class supervisor. I think she majored in psychology, and it shows. She's very good at really kind of watching the team and checking in when she thinks that you need to hear something, or when she thinks I might have something, you know, to share that will help the team grow stronger. And I feel very fortunate to have Keitra, sit. Worked facing the wrong, well, there at least. Okay, that's a good girl. That's really okay. I have to support her by giving her a kibble. Good girl. There you go. So, yeah, Caroline really, really did a lot for me and with me during this class. I have transitioned from a different kind of a dog to this kind of dog, and it's a really exciting, fun challenge to be going home with Keitra. And if I've left anything important out, I don't know if the other, I'm actually totally blind, see nothing, and I don't know if the other ladies took off their treat pouches, but this treat pouch is going to be like as important as, well, I don't know, anything you wear for the next, because I really want to work with this dog and do everything that I need to. And I just have to, a little shout out, my puppy raiser, Kelly, made, I don't know if you can see it out there. This is, you know, it's great. You give them a treat and you have this little towel here. And I'm just going to love this. So I'm starting to get silly now, but this is all very serious and very, as I said, having a guide dog is the best part about of being blind, and my heartfelt and everlasting thanks goes to GDB for having made my life so much more independent and effective by providing me through the years with 7 wonderful guide dogs. Thank you.
And before we finally give the puppy raisers a chance to speak, I do have a note to read from Linda Valdez, who is not here with us, but did leave a note for us to read for Miss Keetra here. So on behalf of Linda, this is a happy and sad day for me as Linda. I've been a puppy raiser for over 30 years, and this is the first graduation that I'll miss. I'm overseas, or I would be there. Keetra is the 66th puppy I've worked with. I was on a 3-month trip to Washington, D.C. the end of August 2023 when I got a message from my leader asking if I wanted a puppy for my birthday. I told her no, and then she told me GDB was looking for raisers for several puppies. She said I could see the puppies first and know their names, and that's not the way that we usually got our puppies. Sometimes we know the breed and sex, but we never get to know their names ahead of time. Needless to say, I asked for a puppy, and Keetra arrived in mid-September. Keetra is a name associated with strength, leadership, and grace. Keetra was a little confused when I first got her. She thought she was in circus dog training instead of service dog training. She loved to jump, spin, and run. Luckily, she also loved her food, as you all may have seen just there. We use food as a reward for good behavior, and Keetra learned that very quickly. She loved to please and was very quick to learn basic commands and manners. Off-leash, she still loved to run, jump, and spin. Keetra was wicked smart and would constantly try to outwit me, but I always let her know that I was the top dog. I want to thank my 2-legged co-raiser, Pat, and my 4-legged co-raiser, Captain, who is a 5-year-old golden retriever. Keetra was the 6th puppy that Pat and I have started, thanks also to Kelly, Bill, and Heather for finishing Keetra's training. Lastly, I want to thank GDB West Lynn, Oregon Puppy Raisers, my puppy club. Your support and assistance is invaluable and very much appreciated. I want to offer my congratulations to Sheila and Keetra for becoming a confident, strong working team. I hope you travel safely for many years and will always take care of each other. Linda. And on the projector behind me, there are 2 photos of a little puppy Keetra. On the left, there's a black lab puppy Keetra who is attending a weekly meeting with her raiser. She is sitting on a wooden floor wearing her green puppy jacket and looking at the camera. And on the right, Keetra is wearing her green puppy jacket while curled up and sleeping on her raiser's red shoes.
Hi, I'm Pat, Buckmaster. It is truly a privilege and an honor to be part of this celebration. Getting to know you, Sheila, has been inspiring. And Keetra, I'm so happy that you are starting your journey together and all these amazing adventures you're going to have. As Linda said, we started Keetra, and that means we get her. We meet her when she's 8 weeks approximately, do house behavior, socialization, and outings when appropriate, and then transfer. So Keetra, I have to echo what Linda had to say. So smart, wicked smart. And but she was a joy. So I know Linda is watching. She's halfway across the world, and I just want to say hi. Wish you were here with all of us to celebrate. I know you are in spirit. And also my husband, George, is at home, and I couldn't do this without him. So thank you. I love you. And I just want to close, there's a lot of us here, by saying each time I feel like my heart expands with this experience of raising a pup. It's such a gift. But also my whole life is expanding because I have such amazing co-raisers and the people I meet and the leaders. So I feel very blessed and life is rich. So thank you all.
Hi, I'm Deming. This is my mom, Kelly. I've never really been that great at talking, so I don't know if it was the best idea not to prepare anything for this. But I wanted to focus on seeing Sheila and Keetra today, and what I saw was a duo ready to face the world together. Learning more about her, learned that she's moving this summer and also likes camping a lot. And I can think back to a year and a half ago, close to when Keitra transferred to us from Pat, and how she was with us every step of the way, and moving into our new house, she was there almost every day and ready to welcome me like she was for anybody else. And this past summer, we had a camping trip, so it was her first time camping. It was down in California, but she's just always, anybody who's worked with her knows that she's always ready to go into anything. Usually tongue first, because she's always welcoming anybody she comes in contact with kisses. But I want to thank all of my co-raisers, all of the people at GDB. It was really a great experience to have Keitra, and built confidence for me in socializing with other people and taking care of a dog. And but most of all, I'm proud of the work that Sheila and Keitra have done the past week or so to have a quick graduation and to get ready for their life together.
Well done, Deming. As he said, I'm Kelly, and anyone who knows me knows I have a lot to say about guide dogs for the blind. So I brought notes with me just to stay on track and not just, keep everybody here till dinner. So like all great things in life, raising Keitra wasn't a solo effort. So today I really want to reflect on what this moment represents, not just for Sheila and Keitra, but for all of us, because at its heart, this graduation is a celebration of life, community, and the truth that none of us move through this world alone. There's a powerful myth in our culture of the self-made individual, that success is something that we achieve on sheer will. And I want to just pose the idea that the truth, the deeper, more beautiful truth, is that everything we accomplish is built on the foundation of others. And here we are today because of the work of countless hands and hearts. And none of us do this work alone. None of us walk this path alone, and neither will Sheila and Keitra as they embark on their journey together. Every time we step out into the world with our puppies in training, something really magical happens when people see those little green jackets. Conversations start up around us. Conversations start with us. People stop, they connect, they ask questions. And in those moments, we see a ripple effect of representation and inclusion, how the simple act of raising a guide dog, at its core, is an act of building a world that is more accessible, more compassionate, and more interconnected. Keitra's work is not just about guiding. It's about demonstrating what is possible when we work together. When Sheila and Keitra go out into the world, they will be an example of what teamwork looks like, what it means to trust, to adapt, and to communicate. They will show the world that strength isn't found in isolation, it's found in partnership. So Sheila, as someone who has spent my career coaching others,
I see in Keitra the ultimate coach, one who is fiercely joyful, steady under pressure, and deeply committed to her people. That said, she also possesses some truly compelling contradictions of which I feel I must warn you. So, number one, she will meet you where you are, and she will also challenge you to go farther and faster than you ever imagined possible. When others are folding after a second wind, Keitra is still hitting her stride, ready for whatever is next on your agenda. Number two, she is mentally agile, and she will remind you with absolute precision when it is time to eat. Trust me on this one, she's got an internal clock like I have never seen in my life. She may even give you a 15 minutes heads up that it's time to wind things down because mealtime is coming up. So, number three, her love of work will celebrate your partnership every day. And when the day is done, she'll be right there to offer, and I'm going to put offer in air quotes, offer her legendary cuddles. At first, it may seem like an innocent request for some snuggles, but she will not take no for an answer, which makes it not a request at all. So your resistance is futile, and she may employ advanced maneuvering tactics, including, but not limited to, strategic pawing and full body drapery. At least until you concede to her demands. I mean her requests. All kidding aside, Keitra, we could not be prouder of the incredible dog you've become. Sheila, you are no stranger to this partnership. You've walked this path 6 times before. You know what it takes to build a truly great guide team. You are a coach in your own right. And you know better than anyone that no two guides are alike. While Keitra has some big paw prints to fill, I have little doubt that our little live wire will not just step into them with gusto. She may even break the mold. She will bring something entirely new to your journey, a fresh spark, an unwavering drive, and of course, a steadfast determination to ensure that you both stay on schedule because dinner is at 5:30. A few final thank yous. First, to the leadership of this school for their holistic thinking, their bold plans in action, and for their taking a principled stand that advocacy for belonging matters more than ever because diversity, equity, and inclusion are just the starting line. To the donors, your generosity makes this work possible. And shameless plug, if you give now, it's tripled this month, and there are campaigns aplenty to donate to. To the staff and volunteers who whelp, feed, care for, walk, and enable this life-changing mission, thank you. To Keitra's trainers, all of them, I know many hands were at work here. Colin, you've been a great sport today, so thank you so much for your guidance today. You all have transformed a confident, playful puppy into a polished, professional guide dog. To our puppy raising field manager, Linda Quitchoff, these dogs and the people who raise them are better because of you. Thank you for your guidance. To the Lake Oswego Puppy Club, and to all the puppy clubs out there, you are a network of golden-hearted people. Pages are sticking together. You all show up, support one another, whether as club leaders, puppy sitters, puppy raisers, or club volunteers. So thank you for pouring your hearts into these puppies. To Team Keitra, Pat Buckmaster, Linda Valdez, who gave Keitra her strong foundation, and to Bill and Heather, who shared in her journey for several months. Thank you very much for being on Team Keitra and working as a team. To our dear friends and supporters, you know who you are, and we are so grateful for you. Thank you for being our people. I have one more person to thank, I promise. I'm wrapping it up. Deming, my puppy partner and my baby. We started this journey together in 2022 versus brand new transplants to Portland, and then brand new club members, and then as puppy sitters, and then we had that one puppy sit where we fell in love with Keitra, and it was kind of all over. We became puppy grazers together. Through it all, you've been my fellow adventurer, and I've gotten the privilege to watch you step into this with your signature patience and so much love. Keitra is better because of you, and I am better because of you. Thank you. All right, last paragraph, I swear. Sheila, the more I get to know you, the more I'm convinced that you and Keitra are made for one another. And you're not just opening a new chapter, you're adding to a legacy of trust and teamwork you have spent a lifetime building. We know that Keitra is in the best of hands, and that your journey together will be filled with confidence, connection, and an unshakable bond. We can't wait to hear about all of your adventures together, and I can't wait to hear about when Keitra goes skydiving. All right, I'm going to hand this back.
Thank you all. Congratulations. Would like to welcome Caroline back to the stage, and we'll get into our dog demonstration.
All right. Before we get into our guide dog demonstration here, I just want to give all of our graduates today one more round of applause. I think everything that was highlighted this afternoon just is a wonderful example of how many people come together to make our mission possible. And it's just been a lovely presentation by all so far. So again, thank you. Okay, next we are going to do a guide dog demonstration. I'll give you a little intro before I introduce our team. So during training, our dogs learn most of the skills involved with guide work through the use of a clicker, which marks a behavior we want the dog to repeat. The clicker makes communication consistent and timely, and is often better than praise or food alone. So we start by pairing food with the sound of the click. And most of these dogs are Labradors, so that does not take very long for them to understand that they hear click, they think food. And we pair that click with the desired behavior. So this process happens pretty quickly. For example, if they are doing something like stopping for a curb or elevation changes, or obedience, going into a sit or a down, they hear that click and they say, yes, food is coming. They're going to be much more likely to want to repeat that behavior in the future in anticipation of getting that reward again. So next I'd like to introduce instructor Nixie Crucy and guide dog in training, Arav, who is a male brindled Labrador Retriever. And if you don't know what brindled means, it just means that he is a black lab, but he has some brown coloring all throughout his coat. Okay, so Nixie is demonstrating some obedience using that clicker, and Arav is showing some nice responses and is happy to receive that food reward. We are next going to start doing a back chaining demonstration. So when we say back chaining, we start at our end goal, and slowly, link by link, we are going to create more distance from the goal and the target. So Nixie was starting with what we call a hand target. Arav was touching her hand. Nixie clicked, and he got a reward. Next, she's putting that hand target on the bench, so Arav starts to understand, gosh, there's something pretty special about this bench. And she's going to increase her distance away from that bench, looking to see if he wants to take her to that bench without being asked. So we're really looking for some anticipation from him that he wants to go to that bench. And sometimes they can be in kind of what we call obedience mode, and they don't want to get out of heel. And sometimes if we just pick up that harness handle, the dog will say, oh, okay, I'm working now. I can pull into that harness and take my person to the target, which is what Arav just did. And next, Nixie is going to increase her distance from as far as she can go. Do you think he's going to take her to the bench? Yeah. Let's see if he does it. She throws in a cue word. He's got a nice little pep to his step, tail wagging the whole time, very happy to get to that bench for Nixie. And on top of the food reward that he received, you probably heard Nixie also using verbal praise. And at the end there, she gave some really nice physical praise. And gosh, he was very happy to receive that. So again, that just helps him to understand that this is what Nixie wanted as a handler. So this simple targeting technique can be used widely by our clients in their home area. They can apply this principle to teach their dogs how to locate all kinds of targets out there in the world. You think about ATM machines that could be difficult to find, maybe pedestrian crosswalk buttons, very important, bus stop poles, all sorts of things. So this is how we teach our dogs, and our clients all had this experience too of working this technique with their guides while they were here. So thank you so much to Nixie and Arav, and they will both be available after our ceremony if anybody has any questions. Mostly Nixie will probably answer those questions. You can ask her at the end. All right, so that does conclude our program this afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you're interested in volunteering or joining our staff or know anybody who might benefit from our program, please visit guidedogs.com. Also, if you would like to make a donation to help support our mission, you can text the word partnerships to 50155. For viewers at home, thank you so much for joining us today. And for those of you that are here with us in person, please join us for some refreshments in the front of the building. Our gift shop will also be open for those of you interested in our array of clothes, gifts, dog toys, lots of stuff out there. We also will have some tours available. And if you are here for the puppy raising informational session, please meet at the table with the green tablecloth at the back of the room at the conclusion of this ceremony. And if you're interested in a tour, please meet at the table with the blue tablecloth at the back of the room upon conclusion. So again, thank you so much for joining us. To our guide dog clients, thank you for a wonderful 2 weeks. It's been very special to get to know you and to see you progress with your guide dogs. And like I always like to say, I hope to not see you again for another 8 to 10 years, unless it's on a scheduled follow-up visit. And to our OMI clients, congratulations on completing your program. And thank you so much. Have a wonderful afternoon.